All right, today we're diving into something, well, it's a pretty radical idea. What if we could actually build an entire civilization from the ground up? Not based on profit, but on purpose. I want you to imagine a world where goodness itself is the most valuable currency you can have. And this isn't just some sci fi dream, it's a detailed blueprint for a completely new kind of society.
Seriously, just let that question sink in for a second. What if our entire system was designed so that every act of compassion, every single selfless thing you did, had real, tangible value? This isn't just a philosophical daydream. It's the absolute core of a new vision for how we could all live together.
But why? Why do we even need an idea this big, this radical? Well, it's because for all our incredible technological and material progress, a lot of us feel like we're in a really weird spot. You could call it a crisis of purpose.
Think about it. We've built unbelievable wealth, but that hasn't automatically translated into well-being. And it's created this, I don't know, this kind of spiritual vacuum, a moral void. We have more stuff than ever before, but so many of us feel this deep lack of meaning. The system itself is rich, but our purpose feels totally impoverished.
And this right here, this just lays it all out, crystal clear. Our main yardstick for success, the GDP, is great at measuring how much we buy and how much wealth we generate. But just look at what it completely ignores: goodness, compassion, purpose, well-being. It's like trying to measure the health of a forest by only counting the number of trees we've cut down. It just misses the entire point.
Okay, so if the old way is broken, what's the fix? Well, the proposed solution is a brand new economic framework, something called the Karmonomy. And the name, it kind of gives the whole game away, right? It's an economy that's actually governed by the universal law of karma. The law of cause and effect, of good actions leading to good results. The goal here is to build an entire ecosystem that actually nurtures society's moral capital, making every single good deed a visible and valued part of our economic lives. And this is where the philosophy behind it gets really interesting. It represents this massive fundamental shift. We'd be moving from a system that rewards taking and competition to one that rewards giving and cooperation. It's a complete reimagining of what wealth even means, focusing not on what you can accumulate, but on what you contribute. Okay, that's the big idea. Sounds great, right? But how does it actually, work? Let's take a look at the technological engine that's designed to power this whole economy of goodness. It's actually a pretty straightforward three-step process. First, you do something good. Could be anything, right? Planting a tree, helping an elderly neighbor, teaching a kid how to read. Second, that act gets logged and verified on a social service app. Now, verification is obviously a huge challenge, but the idea is to have a transparent, community-vetted system to keep it all authentic. And finally, step 3, you get rewarded for your contribution. And get this, the reward system is really clever. It's a dual currency. On one side, you earn wow points, which basically represent your moral capital, your reputation, your social standing for doing good. But on the other side, you earn wow coins, which are actual financial incentives that reward you for participating in the system. So to tie all this together, you've got what's called the social civil score. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like a credit score, but for your morals. It's a number that quantifies your positive impact on society based on 5 key traits, which make up the acronym CIVIL: character, integrity, virtue, impact, and leadership. It's a way to make being a good person visible and valuable. But an economy like this can't exist on its own, right? It needs a culture that actually supports it. You can't change the system if you don't change the story. And that means we need a whole new kind of media. And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. The stories we tell ourselves, the news we consume every single day, it literally builds our reality. If our media is built on fear and sensationalism, well, our reality is going to reflect that. To build a better world, we have to start by telling better stories. And that's exactly what kindness media is all about. It's designed to be the storytelling arm of the good karma economy. Its entire reason for being is to act like a moral compass, to uplift us by changing the entire frequency of the content we create and consume. And this isn't just one channel, it's a whole ecosystem. You've got Kindness News, which would focus on solutions instead of just problems, a kindness studio making documentaries about the real everyday heroes among us, kindness influencers promoting positive messages, and a learning platform dedicated to teaching skills like empathy and ethics.
And I gotta say, I love this analogy. Can you imagine turning on the news and instead of feeling stressed out and anxious, you actually feel inspired? A world where every broadcast, every story becomes a seed for awakening. That's the vision.
So we've got the economic engine and we've got the cultural voice. But how do you actually take those pieces and build an entire civilization? This isn't some quick overnight fix. It's a very deliberate, multi-decade plan. So check out this roadmap. This isn't some quick fix. It's a patient, step-by-step plan that unfolds over decades. It starts right now with a phase focused on a compassion awakening, just raising awareness. From there, it moves to actually building the good karma economy. Once that's running, the focus shifts to integrating these same ideas into governance and our social structures. The final couple of decades are all about a deep cultural shift, leading to a fully integrated good karma civilization by 2050.
And this whole civilization is built on these 5 core pillars that all support each other. We've talked about the good karma economy and kindness media, but they can't exist in a vacuum. They have to be supported by a new approach to education that teaches empathy as a core skill, a new model for governance that's rooted in service instead of power, and of course, a deep respect for sustainability and our planet. Each one is absolutely essential. So, as we start to wrap this up, it really all boils down to one single massive question. What do we as a society truly value?
And this quote, man, this just says it all, doesn't it? It's about evolving from a world that's centered on profit to one that's centered on purpose. It's a profound shift in how we define wealth itself, moving toward a richness of compassion, of connection, and of our collective well-being.
And that's really the big question I want to leave you with. What is the true measure of wealth? Is it the number in your bank account? Or is it the sum of your good deeds, the depth of your compassion, the positive impact you leave on the world around you? Because what we choose to measure is ultimately what we choose to value.